now. And Ross said the same system's making its way towards the First Coast.
It is, Heather, yes. Now, thankfully, it will not be nearly as strong as it was as it made its way through much of Oklahoma and now through the Great Lakes and Ohio River Valley areas. But we still will see at least a little bit of some rain and storms from that here later on this week. But for the time being, as you heard Anthony mention, much of Michigan and the Chicago suburbs, Milwaukee, you're in the clear here now, but still a tornado watch for the central and southern Ohio. Similar story for the southern half of Indiana and northern Kentucky as well. So there are still a few storms from Green Bay down to Sheboygan and Milwaukee. They had several tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings there, but that's now moving over to Lake Michigan. But really, here's the big story. Tornado warning there for the Columbus suburbs and metro area. Similar story just to the south of Indianapolis. So still a very, very busy and likely long evening for a lot of folks there across much of the Columbus, Cincinnati, Louisville area. But that severe weather threat, that's going to slowly shift further and further southward here over the next couple of days. Enhanced risk right over the Memphis and Paducah, Kentucky area tomorrow. And then by Thursday, late afternoon and into the evening and even into overnight into early Friday morning, that's going to start to shift a little bit closer to the First Coast. Some of our southeast Georgia counties going to be in that slight risk category. But until then, big story is going to be the heat. It's going to be a warm start tomorrow morning, upper 60s and low 70s, rapidly warming up then into the mid 90s by tomorrow afternoon. So a very, very warm, steamy day out there for you. And even more so then as we progress into your Thursday, potentially record-breaking heat on Thursday. Some very, very warm winds as well out of the southwest, which is really going to bump up that wildfire threat. So keep that in mind, especially with any dead foliage out there on the ground. But here comes the rain and the storm chance. So Thursday evening, this is just going to be a weakening complex down out of central Georgia. This will move into some of our southeast Georgia counties by around dinner time Thursday evening, and then we'll continue towards sunset there. So could see a few strong to severe storms. So really the main event or the main cold front that's going to slowly drop on in won't be until Friday. Now, we are going to be watching and expecting for a wave of at least some clouds, if not some rain and storms, early Friday morning. And then here comes the main cold front by the late afternoon and early evening. Now, we do think if we see a little bit more rain in the morning, the storms that we see later on in the day likely won't be as bad. But if we don't get nearly as much rain in the morning, you see a little bit more sunshine, some of these storms could pack a little bit more of a punch, could see 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So the exact timing of this entire storm complex is still going to need to be ironed out here a little bit over the next couple of days. But nonetheless, still going to be warm and humid, and we will see at least some rain and storms throughout the day there on Friday. But looking ahead to even further, next week, next Monday and Tuesday, I think we have actually a much better chance of seeing some more widespread rain here across the First Coast. So really just a soaking rain, which is going to be very, very beneficial considering we've received less than 2/10 of an inch of rain here, at least in Jacksonville, over about the last 3 to 4 weeks. So things have been relatively dry, and that's going to be changing. Our dry spell is going to be coming to an end here over the next couple of days. Record-breaking heat tomorrow and Thursday, rain and storms Friday. Nice weekend ahead for your Mother's Day before rain returns then by next Monday and Tuesday.